Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending where you are on the planet. We are delighted to have you here. And just a second here. Video is still playing. Okay, what's going on here? Hold on there. Tell me, are you seeing all of this? Is everything okay on your end?
Yeah,
Are you
we
hearing an
don't hear the
echo?
video. Yeah, we're all good.
Okay. I don't know what happened here
Happy
today.
Wednesday night.
Yeah, so welcome to the end of week webinar, folks. We're so excited to have you here. Okay, I'm not sure why there's an echo. I'm a little bit confused. Uh, okay, so I think we're okay now.
Yeah, there's no echo. I don't hear
Okay,
anything. Maybe at your end. We're all good.
don't you hear it?
No. Do you guys hear
Okay,
an echo? I don't hear an echo. We're good.
okay. I'm not sure what's going on. I keep hearing myself. I'm very, very confused here. But
No, nobody's hearing it, Chris.
okay, okay. Let's see here. Okay, folks. Well, let's begin here. First of all, we want to welcome all of you here. It's awesome to see all of you here. Myra Paul, welcome from Ottawa. We have Jim from New Brunswick. We have Beverly from Mississippi. Welcome. We have Terry. And let's see. We have MC. Welcome from Texas. We have Kim, Caroline, Bill. Welcome. Great to have you here. Everton. Great to have you here. We have Ann, Courtney, James. And we have here Michael. Great to have you here. Regeneration Zone. We have Ann and Andrew, Kim. And yeah, so that's wonderful, folks. We're really excited today to share. By the way, folks, there is a lot of new stuff that's coming about. So I hope that you're going to be attending this coming Saturday. Let me just share my screen here just for one moment. Okay, let me just remove this slide here. I just want to share with you guys. Make sure that you register for the new automated AI funnel launch. Folks, this is going to be very, very exciting. Let me just grab the link here for you. I'm going to put that right in the chat. I'm going to put that right here. And make sure that you click on this button here to be notified. This is in 2 days. You don't want to miss that. Events, folks, is rocket fuel for your business. And Tammy and I have always been very adamant about that. It is so important. So at this point, Tammy, let's begin with the presentation. And let's share with the audience, how did we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, so Joel, the owner of GotBackup, we've been friends for so many years. We watched our kids grow up. They watched us have grandkids, all that stuff. And he was very successful in the online world, and we watched him grow in the online world. As a matter of fact, Chris bought one of his services. And so we'll kind of share that throughout the presentation. And it was 2 years ago in the month of May, 2 years ago, the beginning of May, when Joel contacted us telling us that this new project called GotBackup that they launched is growing tremendously. And that was, I guess, within a month period. And he wanted us to have a look at it. And because of the relationship we have with him, and we've had lots of experience in building the network marketing model worldwide for 27 years plus. And so we thought we'd have a look at it. And when we saw what you're going to see tonight, for us, it was the light bulb went on, because we understand trends and we understand global business. So we just jumped in and we just haven't stopped. It's been 2 years now. We're growing exponentially globally. We're starting to hit some good momentum in the international markets, and Saturday is going to take it to a whole new level.
And folks, the reason why we're so excited, folks, is that we have built friendship from all over the world, and we saw an opportunity that can really empower families globally. We saw potential for massive growth. And folks, it's really time to turn your dreams into reality. Looking at this slide here, looking at the far left, you can see here that the father's kind of showing off to the set of keys because they brought this brand new home. And again, the reason why we're sharing this with you is, what if this opportunity could be one of those ventures that can actually give you another stream of income to give you the ability to afford this? What about traveling where we want to go and not where we can afford to go? Or what about having new members of the family be added on? Today people are constantly budgeting, and that shouldn't be a deciding factor if we want to have new members of the families added on. And the far right, you can see here on the hand, open hand with the tree kind of representing your retirement. We know that what's been going on in the past 5 years, there's a lot of changes that's going on in the economy, and a lot of folks are very worried about their retirement. What if we can create another stream of income that can feed this retirement? And this is why we're so excited about this.
Yeah, it's all about turning dreams into reality. Like Chris said, we're just average people, and our goal is to help as many people as we can to create an above average lifestyle. And anybody can do this. If we can do it, anybody can do this. There's nothing special about Chris and I other than we just love people and we want to help people succeed.
Yeah, and here's the thing that's really exciting is the company began in 1997 from Gatineau, Quebec, Canada. This is where I actually met Joel. And I remember I was actually a user of his service. I was actually renting a portion of his server to host a website. And I remember him telling me that they have got so many customers that they've reached the maximum bandwidth, right? So that's the amount of people that they can actually support in one time. And said they needed to move in the United States. And as a matter of fact, he went ahead and purchased a 10,000 square feet data center, which, by the way, is paid in full, and in Texas. So let me share a quick video here for you to hear from the owner, Joel Terrier, exactly what's going on behind the scene. Let's just check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here. you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure. So let's.
So we want to share with you a little segment of that video right from Joel. And of course, you can watch the rest of them from your back office. And folks, there's two trends that we want to consider. You know, as you are in business, what's important to keep in mind here is to follow the direction of where the money's going. And one of the things that we want to cover here is the trends where GotBackup is tapping into. So Tammy, why don't we start with this slide?
Yeah, and you can see there's almost 15 billion devices in the world today. And what is everybody doing? They're filling them up. We're living in a paperless world. So it is a massive, massive trend.
Yeah, looking at this slide here, it's a little bit behind, but I want you to pay attention to the trend change here. From 2011, 6% of global mobile traffic. In 2023, 60%. Folks, this is very significant. That's a huge change. Let's look at this slide here, a bit up to date, which is the size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2022 to 2030. It started at 90 billion revenue, close to $500 billion. Folks, I think this is conservative. I actually think it'll be more like $750 billion, folks. This is where these are strong indicators that is a really good place to invest your time and money. Of course, the money is very minimal. You see how inexpensive it is to start, but the potential financially is massive. Let's talk. One of the reasons is our cell phone addiction.
Isn't that true? I know we always have our phones on us, and when we don't, we're searching for them. That's for sure. I'm sure you can relate to that. I mean, we use it for everything. Every purchases now, it's just a quick tap. And we have our main home is in Toronto, Canada. We're in Daytona Beach 5 months out of the year, and we just keep an eye on our properties when we're not home. There's so many ways that we could leverage our phones, and that's why everybody has their phones on them constantly. So this is huge.
I totally agree. And one of the reasons, folks, that data loss is a growing concern, it's because of this phone addiction. It's because of everything that we do with our cell phones. I mean, it's amazing that 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phones or lost their data, folks. Think about this. This device here contains a piece of your soul. Over and above, it's also your wallet. It's everything. So losing the data in there, folks, it's very dramatic. So you want to make sure your data is not contained, but it's actually stored on the cloud somewhere. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptops, cell phones stolen every 43 seconds is not a great relief knowing that we have an incremental backup. We got backup where you know that your stuff is stored on the cloud. You can always get it back. And there's some amazing announcement that's going to be announced this particular Saturday. We're going to be focusing on the funnel, but the following one, we're going to be focusing on some of the new features that's coming with the GBU cloud, folks. Here's another really irritating message. Would you agree, Tammy?
Yeah, and everybody gets them. I think more and more today, it's frustrating. And the thing is, when your storage is full, you have two choices. You either pay more or you start taking the time to eliminate precious things, right? And so some of it's not, some of it's, stuff we accumulate, but who has the time to go through all of this in today's world? So what we have to offer with GotBackup is absolutely massive.
And so the second global trend, folks, is making more money. As I mentioned earlier, there's a big shift in our economy today. And at the end of the day, we need to work smarter. And you don't have to work so hard, but it's to make the right decision to partner with a company that can actually give you another stream of income that you can leverage from the growth and the potential growth that we're having here. 42% of Americans, I may focus on North American market, have side businesses. 62% of Gen Z, these are our children between 18 to 25, have side business. My kids have their side businesses. What about the rest of the world here, folks? This is what we're tapping into. See, you can leverage from these global trends with GotBackup. That's why we are so excited about it. Tammy, let's cover our product, our main cloud service that we have here for the $997. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we get 6 terabytes of data storage, which is absolutely massive. 6 accounts. So on your account, you can have 5 additional members. So when I saw that, I just saw a huge opportunity for families and unlimited devices and all of that for $10 a month. It's actually $9.97 a month. And what really excited us, I mean, that was super exciting when we heard about that from Joel, was the fact that it was a home-based business that pays you to tell other people. What a great way to make money from home. And it's such an important element that everybody's using data in today's world. So it's simply a no-brainer.
I totally agree, Tammy. This is really, really exciting. And here's the thing. Some of you may say, well, what about those competitors where like iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, they're all within the $10 mark. And again, about 2 terabytes, not about, it's 2 terabytes of service, of cloud service that they provide. And here we are offering 6 terabytes. This is 3 times what the competitors are offering with the same amount of money. Let's look at the year packages. Same 360, 660, and 260. And don't quote me exactly on these amounts because things may change a little bit, but you can see here that GotBackup is just under $100 for 6 terabytes. And let's not forget that not only we provide a great service, but we also offer an opportunity, a financial opportunity that the competitors do not offer. This is huge. And sometimes we tend to forget that. So again, this is absolutely massive. So let's summarize with the audience here, folks. Tammy, what we have here to offer.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes of data storage, $997 a month. That includes up to 6 accounts and Android, iPhone, all your devices. I mean, we have quite a few devices, both Chris and I. So it's great to know that everything is backed up and stored and we never have to worry about it, which is phenomenal. And we're not filling up our devices and slowing down everything. So this is fantastic. And you can see there it's a 30-day money back guarantee. And once you get everything set up, I don't know anybody who would want to pay more for less data storage. Yeah, it's just so simple to get people on board.
So at this point, folks, let's check out how simple it is to back up your pictures and your videos on the cloud. And I'm just going to show one video which has to do with the app for your cell phones. Keep in mind that we have 2 apps, one for your computer to back up your computer as an incremental backup. And now I'm going to share with you the one for the iPhone or the Android device. Let's check this out together.
This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool. And then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these three little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these three boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
As you can see, folks, it's a really simple process. You just have to let the tool do the job, and it's just amazing. And so much more is coming here, folks. Again, as I mentioned, as Temi and I have mentioned here, this is the only cloud storage that pays you. Making money with GotBackup is absolutely awesome. So, Temi, let's summarize how this works.
Yeah, so there's 7 ways to earn, and you can see that here on the slide. You can see the highlighted section, which is really building the foundation. So we're going to focus on that, and the rest are bonuses. Chris will go briefly through the bonuses with you, but we're going to focus on the highlighted ones. So customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short, that's when somebody is evaluating the information, they want to get started. And if you send them your link and they decide they want to pay monthly, which is a $9.97, you're going to get 200% up front. So that's $20. Like, to round it off, it's $20. And if somebody decides they want to pay yearly because they want to save a couple months of payments and not have the hassle of a monthly payment, then you get 50% up front. And anything that's marketing, VIP package, any packages that are going to come in, you get 25%. And for customers only, if you sign up customers, you get 25% ongoing. So I'm just going to make a couple of quick examples so you follow through. So let's say you get 20 people who decide they want to jump on board, and each one wanted to pay monthly. That's 200% upfront. $20 times 20 people, it's $400 in commission. I don't know about you, but I do know that a lot of people can really benefit from $400 right now, $400 extra dollars. So
imagine if you pick the year package with the $50, Tammy, right?
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, that's huge. So example of, and you're not limited, you guys, to how many people you bring in. So if you have 20 customers with the 25% for the subscription fee, we're just rounding it off, the $9.97 to $10. So that's $250 times 20 people. That's $50 ongoing monthly. And if you keep building that up, as your marketing and wait until you see what's coming up on Saturday. It's just taking the marketing to a whole new level of automation. We're so excited about it. We yeah, we're super excited. We keep
Folks,
telling everybody.
you know what's really cool is we're constantly evolving and evolving and
Yeah.
evolving. And this is why it's so important to stay plugged in and to always stay current, folks. Now I'm going to cover number 2, which is a cycle earning. In a cycle earning, really what it is that there's a 2-team structure. There's a left team and there's a right team. You can see here the benefit of this kind of plan where you see indirect referral. This is someone that might be above you that is actually working the business, that happens to be dropping someone that happens to be on your line of sponsorship. Just as you drop the direct person, when I say drop, is you sponsored a person that's direct to you, that would be the yellow circle there. Well, the indirect referral benefits for it, just as you are benefiting from someone that was above you sharing the same thing. So let me expand on the cycle bonus and how interesting this becomes. There are 2 tiers. There's tier 1 and tier 2. All it means is the difference in payout from tier 1 and tier 2. And this is based on your rank. And I'll show you that in a minute. I'll mention that a little later. And it's almost 3 times what tier 1 is. It's really, really, really significant. So the first step is you need to remain active. Just like you're paying for all your online services or your TV services and your program, whatever that is, as long as you pay for them, you have access to those services. It's exactly the same thing with GotBackup. Number 1, and of course, you're qualified to get paid. Okay. But to start getting paid, you need to make sure that you enroll 2 people, one on your left team and the other one on your right team, that are paying their $10 a month. They could have paid for the year or monthly. Either way, if they pay for the year, it's just divided into 12 payments, and you qualify every single month for the next 12 months. If they pay monthly, then that's the same. And number 3, that's what triggers the payout. It's called a cycle bonus. That means that there are 6 members underneath you, but it has to be divided in a ratio of 4-2. What I mean by that, you can see here that there's 4 people on your left side and 2 people on your right side. But remember, you need to have sponsored 1 on your left, 1 on your right to qualify to start earning. This would qualify you 1 cycle, for example. What's the value of a cycle? Well, it's based on a company's profitability. And as I mentioned earlier, it is based on your rank. My question for you is, how many cycles do you want? This is why you want to build. This is why you want to tell your team about this event this weekend, about the presentation that are taking place. So the people underneath you keeps building and sharing, and this will grow the amount of folks that are there, which will increase the value of a cycle bonus. Now, this one I'm going to talk to you about, it's what we call the cycle match. It's really interesting. Some of you may be more familiar with the word matching check. So every time you introduce someone into GotBackup, that they pay yearly or they pay monthly, if they build their businesses just the way I was explaining to you and they start earning cycle income, well, you have a potential to earn a percentage of those income. So depending on how many cycles they get, you will earn the percentage that you see here, but it starts at the level of Sapphire. And I'll come back to that when I show you the ladder of ranks. As a Sapphire, you earn 25%. So if someone you're sponsored is cycling, let's say 100 times, well, you'd be earning 25 cycles. Whatever the value of that cycle will be times 25. That's what you will get. That will be compounded on your own particular cycle. So again, it's really awesome. And again, keep in mind, is also added on to the income every time you sponsor someone that Tammy was explaining earlier. Look at this chart here. You can earn up to $1,000. Now, when you're a Sapphire, you're not going to make $1,000. You can earn up to $1,000. This is a cap. So if, let's say you're sponsoring someone that's cycling, I don't know, 700 times, the chances are that you may be making close to $1,000 or maybe even over, depending on the value of a cycle. So for you to add more, you have to move up to an emerald. And it's so simple to get there, and I'll explain that to you. But look at this, folks, from $1,000 up to $20,000 for each individual that you're sponsored in GotBackup. And the reason I'm telling you this, I want you to pay attention on the fact that Dropbox has 700 million users. It took them 7 years to get into momentum. We've been in business for just over 2. So do you see what the potential is for you here? This is what we're thriving for. This is why we're constantly on the presentation and trainings and events. Folks, you want to be part of this venture. It's absolutely phenomenal. And the other four bonuses that you see here are added bonus as you grow your business. It's so awesome. You know, you may have one big leg and maybe a small leg on the other side. Maybe your cycles are not that much, but you know that you can earn from the big leg, even though they're not personally sponsored by you. That's number 4 and number 5. And then as you move up in rank, it's number 6. You get bonuses just for maintaining your ranks. And of course, there's a leadership bonus that keeps adding on. So it becomes very, very, very attractive. So Tammy, let's summarize how simple it is to duplicate this.
I love simplicity. As a matter of fact, as I mentioned earlier, that we're 27 years in the industry of network marketing, and the one thing that really stood out, well, obviously the power of duplication, but simplicity sells. We all know that people are just so busy in today's world, and we keep it so simple that it duplicates very fast. And that's why we're getting some really great momentum. So the first step, obviously, you want to sign up and you want to go get 2 people, one left, one right. Chris showed you the 2-team structure. And then go out and get a couple more. Honestly, for $10 a month, it's really simple to bring people into it. And everybody is filling up their devices. And duplicate this over and over and over. The people that are coming in, you teach them to do these 4 steps. They'll teach their people to do these 4 steps. And I'm telling you, it grows quite fast.
How do we get started, Tammy?
Your slide's not moving, Chris.
Oh, did you mention the $20?
No, maybe I'm not seeing the slide. You got the slide up?
Okay. Did you mention the $20? The slide is on the right slide right now, so I'm not sure.
Okay, so can you hear me? Oh, there we go. Yeah, the system's slow tonight, Chris. Okay, so go back one. Okay, so it's $20. That's the annual fee. And you decide whether you want to come in monthly or yearly. Most people come in yearly. That's why it's highlighted red, because people save a couple months of payments. And in today's world, we want every saving that we can get.
Absolutely awesome. So folks, we are in 156 countries. What we mean by that is not every 156 countries are building their business. A lot of them are using the cloud service, 156 countries. But of course, they can all do the business. And because it's online and because the payments are virtual through all the pay portals that we have, it makes it so simple to build a business around the globe. That's what we love. And one of the things that's very important is recognizing achievements. Babies cry for it, folks, and adults die for it. And here's the ladder of achievement. And just so you understand, because earlier I was mentioning, based on which level you're at, it might impact your income. Well, as a bronze, that means you're sponsored one person. As a copper, folks, if you're saying, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to know? Tammy talked about the simple step. That's becoming a copper. One person on your left, one person on your right. That's what you want to do. You become a silver when duplication occurs. That means that someone that you introduce into GotBackup or someone that they've introduced became a copper. Now duplication is starting to happen. And as a goal, folks, this is your core rank. As a goal, that means that you sponsored 5 people, and 3 of those 5, it may not even be the ones you sponsored, but from the one you sponsored, 3 of them became a copper. And then you have a total of 25 people on your team. Boom. Now you start receiving gold income and you start moving up into the different percentage that is offered that we talked about. Right? The first one, the second one, the third one. As a goal, now you get into the 4th one. As a platinum, you remember on the cycle, I mentioned there's 2 tiers, tier 1 and tier 2. Well, now you're in tier 2. So you're almost tripling your cycle income just by moving up in rank. You see how significant that is and how difficult it is to do? Very simple, folks. It is not difficult because you remember as a goal, you sponsored 5 people. Well, as a platinum, what happened is you sponsored 10 people, okay? And out of that, there are 4 people that are copper, 1 more. And there's a total of 40 people in your team because the duplication's occurring. Now you are a platinum. As a sapphire, so what's happening, you still have your same 10, the same 10. Now you're a sapphire. And now there's one more. Now there's 5 people on your team that are copper. You see, folks, it's not that hard. And there's a total of 50 people on your team. Now you're sapphire. Now you start earning the cycle match bonuses that are offered. And of course, as an emerald, ruby, double, triple, diamond, and blue, and red, and black diamond, now you start really maximizing the income that's available to you. That's why the ranks are so important. So, Tammy, let's summarize how the kind of support we have here.
Yeah, so you're going to have personalized referral links. You're going to have a personalized landing page, an email marketing system that's built in. I spent time today just automating so many things. It's amazing on what you have that's included in the $9.97. So over and above the amazing data storage, you have this marketing tools, and you have regular online presentations. Just like tonight, you have different presentations, different languages, and different teams are doing different things as well. And you have team trainings and support. We've offered to do Saturday trainings for the company to get people started right. There's a lot of new people that are coming on board. This week won't be the basic training because we got our promotion happening on what Joel's going to share that we're launching to make things even easier. So we're super excited.
Oh, that's an understatement. Folks, listen, we have a product that everyone needs. It's a business that everyone can afford, folks. You don't want to fall asleep at the wheel. You want to keep sharing this information with folks. And as we keep evolving, I'm telling you, you're going to see a huge momentum. If you're looking at this for the very first time, just go to GotBackupLive.com and go ahead and enroll. The person that shared the link with you, the system knows who sent you the link. So when you go to GotBackupLive.com, automatically the person that invited you will benefit from your enrollment, as we mentioned on the compensation plan. So just go right now to the GotBackupLive.com and let's get started, folks. It's a lot. It's very exciting, especially before we have the event on Saturday. You want to have all your tools in place because it's all ready to go. One thing I'd like to remind all of you here, let me just remove this for a second here. This event is this coming Saturday, May 17 at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Just go ahead and click the notification button so you get a notification the moment the event takes place so you don't forget. And don't show up alone, folks. Show up with your team. If you show up with your team, you will earn while you learn. And this is what I love about our industry here. And just to kind of give you an idea how this all works, when you sign up, this is what your back office will look like. You can see your rank. You can see all the details, the support. You can see here when you click on use this tool. This is the very first thing that you want to do when you start. When you click on use this tool, it will take you to this website. You can see here that I'm using quite a bit of my events. I'm probably going to have to buy some more because I have 4 computers that are backed up here, folks. That's the way it is. So what's happening here is these are the buttons that you want to download to install the software. And we've done many trainings to explain to you how to install it. And every Saturday we do, except for this coming Saturday, we have a special event. But download these. And if you need a bit more information, click these buttons here to watch the video installation. That's for Windows. That's for Mac. Once it's installed, it's a set and forget. The program will go ahead and back up your stuff as an incremental backup every time you add a file. On the right-hand side is for the mobile, but personally, just go to the Apple Store or the actual Google Play Store to download the app from your phone devices. And from there, just follow the instructions as it was explained on the video, and the whole system will take care of itself. It's really, really cool. Another thing that I want to share with you is if to go to your cloud from your back office, you just click this button here. It will take you right here to your cloud. Now, the reason why I say 4 computers is because this used to be a MacBook Pro, and I've just updated for the MacBook Pro M4 Max. And when I back up that new computer, I chose the exact same backup. Okay, I didn't want to create a new backup. So that's the reason why you see 2.28 terabytes. It's because there's 2 computers that are sharing, and now this one here is adding information. So that's the reason why I use quite a bit of data. This button here, you won't see that right now. That's a new feature that's coming probably in about 2 weeks from now. When you click on this button here, you can see this is my computer. These are all my files. You can see I click on user. This is me. This is my computer. All my files are there. Every time I add one more file, it will be added on in there. Really, 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 really awesome. Okay, so let's carry on with the mobile. So this here is my cell phone. Because I have an iPhone, it says here iPhone upload. If you had an Android device, it would say an Android upload, as you saw in the video. If I double click on that, you can see here all my years where I started backing things up. So in 2024, I'm going to go here because that's a full year, full calendar year. From January to December, all my pictures are there. If I go back here in 2025, for those of you that have been watching us present since the beginning of the year, I used to have one little box here, and then a second one, and a third one, and a fourth one. Now we're in May. Okay, so it's a set and forget. This is what I love about this. I'm very well organized with that. Here's another very cool feature. So right now, these are my collaborate and share. These are files and directories that you can drop into this window, drag and drop. You can grab a directory or grab a file, and they're all here. And once they're here, you can see that you can actually access them. And I can turn around and I can actually, if I go to GotBackup here, for example, I can go to, I don't know, the mentoring program. And, these are all the programs that we're working on. And you and I can collaborate and share all these files. Isn't that awesome? If I had a PowerPoint, we can collaborate and share. I can drag and drop a text file right in here, which I do in our trainings on Saturday, and you'll see that the file will show up there. Then I can collaborate and share. Absolutely awesome. And this is what I love. You can either click this button here from your back office, or you can type in right here, GBU Cloud, and it will take you right to your GotBackup cloud service. Okay. Here's another very important feature. I'm going to stop here tonight because I don't want to do a training. I just want you to know where you need to begin installing your tools. Second thing is these are your reseller tools. And after Saturday, you're going to see some new stuff coming in here. So when you click on the reseller tool, it will take you right here. And these are all the ready capture pages. For those of you that don't understand the word capture pages, what it means is this link here. When you click on that, the person will watch the video and they put their name and their email, and then they get populated into an email list that you can maintain and communicate with them, until they decide to convert and become an associate. If someone wants to sign up right now, I would send them this one over here to get started on the spot. If you're doing some Facebook ads, you can use these ones. It takes them right to accept the link. If you want someone is very skeptical about the service, they can try it for free with this over here. When you click on that, all they need to do is fill in the information after they watch the video without a credit card, and boom, they'll have access to the back office over here to be able to share, to be able to install the stuff and start backing up their things so they can see how it really works. And there's so many more things here to consider. And folks, again, what I want to remind you here, as you are looking at this here, don't hesitate, folks. Go right now to gobackuplive.com. Sign up right now. Get started right now, and let us show you how to make money, especially after this weekend. You are going to love what's going to be introduced. It's going to automate your business. You don't want to miss that, folks. Don't show up alone. Show up with your team. It is always a pleasure to share this information with you. Tammy and I are very passionate about what we do, and we hope that you can grab a segment of that and that you're going to decide to join our venture here today. So, Tammy, as we end, any last words?
Yeah, so if you enjoyed tonight's presentation, just put a like there. You can click on that button for a like, and it helps with the channel to increase the viewers for GotBackup. So we're super excited. We can't wait to see all of you on Saturday, and I know that every single one of you are going to hit some great momentum once you see what's coming. So yeah, you can see how excited we are.
So folks, listen, have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you so much, Regeneration Zone. I really appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much, everybody, for your wonderful feedback. Thank you, Maripol. Have a great evening, folks. And we will see you on Friday morning. Tammy and I do a presentation at 11 o'clock. And otherwise, we'll see you on Saturday at the virtual event. So talk to you soon, folks. And thank you very much for attending this evening. And bye for now.
Bye-bye.